Old phones, TV remotes and tangled up charging cables. There are calls to recycle more old tech after a rise in household hoarding.
So I think the conversation this morning in the office is we are all guilty of this, stashing away unused cables, electrical items such as old phones, television remote control. Why do we keep television remote controls?
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case of what? The television's broken. That's why we've got rid of it. It's all on the off chance, just in case we might need them again.
They're always in that drawer that doesn't quite shut properly, aren't they? But it is, of course, spring cleaning season, so now is the time to sort out those overflowing drawers of doom responsibly. That's the key. A report from the UN says that we're generating electronic waste nearly 5 times faster than we're recycling it. So our reporter Harriet Bradshaw has more.
Does this look familiar?
Everybody has piles of stuff. Things like old phones, stuff we used to listen to, cassette tapes, broken things, stuff you're worried about, well, is there data on it? I think back in the day my dad would have had a shed full of jars of screws, and the modern dad has a drawer full of 15 old mobiles.
New research by Material Focus suggests Paul is not alone in his hoarding habits of old electricals.
We've all probably got a drawer of doom which has got cables in there that we don't know what they're for. It's got a DVD remote for a DVD player that we lost a long time ago. And we reckon now it's over 880 million unused items are being held in people's homes. UK householders now seem to be holding on to 30 items, whereas 4 years ago it was around 20 items. So it seems to be growing as an issue.
So why should we care?
When we look at electrical items, there's lots of precious materials in there, lots of precious metals. If we can keep them in circulation, then it reduces the need to extract raw materials, which has an environmental impact.
But there are things we can do to give our electricals a new lease of life, such as sharing.
Welcome to Share Bristol Library of Things. Come on in. Thank you. We have got a lot of things that have been donated that we are going to be lending out to people when we open next month.
And repairing can keep things going too.
If I had to take that off, you can probably see it.
Yeah, it's crap.
But some things just can't be fixed or reused.
Electric toothbrush, they just die, don't they? Games controller, something's gone wrong inside. Remote control from a service I do not have anymore. Earbuds, they're not holding charge. A games console that has been long replaced.
Oh, I think there is life, but not good life. Yeah, that's the sad thing. A lot of things can't be repaired and extend their life.
Yeah, I'd love to see manufacturers really stepping up here and making things that are designed to last longer and are durable, but also designing things that can be repaired.
It's the end of the road for these items. Or is it?
What can be salvaged from this?
Hey, thanks very much for the delivery. Well, there's some really good stuff here, and the really good news is all electronics has got some great commodities and it's all very recyclable.
I've brought them here to a specialist electrical recycling centre.
Inside the Xbox, for example, there's quite a complicated circuit board that will have a little bit of gold, a little bit of copper, almost certainly a little bit of palladium. These guys here, they'll all have a little vibrating motor. The fan, there's lots of plastic, metals. These are a bit more challenging. Actually, there's a lithium battery in there, which is volatile and can catch fire if it gets damaged.
Right.
But it's the right place for managing that risk, and we'll hand process these.
So I'm told per year this plant recycles 25% of the UK's small household electricals. And just to give you a sense of scale, this here is just 1 day's worth of deliveries.
Justin has inspected these items and they're ready to be processed. And he's giving me a tour of the materials that come out the other end.
This is ferrous metal from copper motors and transformers. We have a process here that literally shreds these motors and armatures and transformers to separate the ferrous metal and separate the copper. Whenever there's anything complicated going on inside a computer, all the connections need to be finished with gold. This is all aluminium.
What we're doing is removing the lid.
And remember those headphones?
Soft lithium batteries, but both very recyclable.
So if you look at the electricals that we're throwing away and that we're holding on to, we think over £1 billion of value, treasure, is sitting there untapped. And the important thing is that that material is also quite crucial for the green technology future that we're aiming for. Copper and lithium are central to that green technology future too. So it's 1 billion of material value, but it can also contribute to a greener, more prosperous future for everybody.
The UN warns the world's generation of electronic waste is rising 5 times faster than documented e-waste recycling, raising the alarm that the precious treasures inside what we think is trash should be saved. Harriet Bradshaw, BBC News.
So during that report, which we were watching by Harriet, we got given all this stuff. And this is the thing you do, right? So you go, oh, first of all, you're like, oh, what a load of junk, right? Then I'm like, oh, can I have
tangled.
that? Can I have that? Because this is really useful.
This has all come out of one drawer upstairs.
I think so, yeah. You can't take that. We're told we're not allowed to take things. But perhaps this is all... I mean, it looks like a load of stuff, doesn't it? But perhaps you have a drawer full of all this stuff, a drawer of doom.
Oh, I wondered where this was.
There you go. It's not yours. And do you do the thing where you say, well, I can't throw that away just in case it's needed for something? I mean, we've got old mobile phones here, which might be worth something now. Brilliant. Carol, can I talk to you about your drawer of doom?
Is that all my old phones and whatnot?
Yes. What is your drawer of doom like? Is it neat? I'm glad you guessed that. Is it neat?
No, it's like Spaghetti Junction. It's all tangled up like this.
Do you have one of those old clickers in it that you've stolen?
They've just broken.
Yes, exactly. They are watching. Do you think you need to clear it out? Because we're having this discussion this morning. Or do you think it's fine there? Yeah,
it's
we
in
kind
a
of think
place.
that. It's in a place, stuff's in the place, and it's fine. At least you know where the stuff that you never need, that you might need is.
Do you know, it's a bit of both. I've got a lot of old phone chargers in there, for example, that I can't use because the phones have moved on. And I know they're in there, I know they're in a mess, but they're out of sight. But I also know I really should get rid of them.
Do you think you're going to do it today? Do you think you're going to go home?
No.
In a word.
No.
She's got no guilt about it.
We love your honesty, Carol. Thank you.
Just like no guilt about it at all. It's staying in that drawer. No.
But it's point. You know where
Carol.
it is. It doesn't need to be neat. As long as it shuts,
yeah,
it's in there somewhere.